ato aha Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station ene Abena match bosome no edi endefo eduono bako wa fempino ne eduono miensa ya emo emre asosan sama hodowa ene ewe etwegu man Ghana mo de osomufo ato no bo aso no sokroje no ye de esobo se ewi apramto breka sie ewo Ctv so enensam no ye nhwe de ebedimo akotire no ebi Church for Penny Edema MPP Amayoko no akasansam odi tudwa enesendei mampeni na arodranko ko fadro sambre ye womi enya de waye na dwene se ode ne kre no ebesie Ghanafo
I mean, what we did today is simply to let the country appreciate that the lies must stop.
So what ensemble from no a national chairman Edema NDC Amanyoko no and some of the eto mampeni na arodranko ko fadro enim ene se enmenim ya no appointees no ontiso.
Another reason for Ghana's economic collapse is the expenditure on the bloated size of government.
From Monsono, Assemble Kwan edit to Dra and say and they break COVID-19 Yano Eba Yano Abino Alpha Quine so any for so if it's COVID-19 fund no emo.
Put it to you, Mr. President, that the government management of COVID-19 funds cannot be said to be honorable.
Ebusunya we kansema wodobe won ena enewe matena se eje won chansima eduasa ede asom wo se ewia premso breakers yei ewo Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station midi ede Abena Ewusiwaa aboafo eye Alu Africa so mo ebo ye chidom Alu Africa ede chance dan na bedwa maso srew koma so ye na kwaji bi for bowo dance so ena Grace Kuto Palace so pempamenta de ede emame omo ne aboafo enewe omo asomase na mede kase no ede ebro ye twen wosema ye pansem no ye de beso Yamo akwaba emba prem to breakers yeso ewo Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station yesha kase no ase na yede ama share so say etwegu live ewo Facebook udu Facebook a my Ctv GH na wa share ama afoforo enya kase ni bi ahye ye fra se na fe yede ama Church for Penny Edema eye NDC Amanyoko no and some of the eto mampede na arodranko kufado enim se enei eba eye amemwo ya ende Ghanafo ekasa se eyade amampeni empese ode ne kre no ebekre eye Ghanafo na no na bra okasa no ode atodwe se nya ne kre da se de Ghanafo eka no samre ye womi mampeni enye na dwe so de ne kre no ebesie Ghanafo
is to let the country know what we believe the truth is. We believe that the president, unfortunately, is maybe too desperate to hide the true state of affairs, because all he wants to do is to create a false impression that things are okay. Because the president doesn't want to accept the fact that things are really, really that bad. And so we think the country needs to know. It's important because if you don't know what the truth is, it's difficult to even know what the solutions will be. And we think the MPP government, unfortunately, are making every effort to continue hiding the truth, pretending that problems are not what they are and problems are being caused by something else. And the country needs to know what the truth is. It's pretty obvious for anybody who watches what's going on all over Africa and the sub-region that the president clearly is not telling the truth. If you have a leader who is lying about the real cause of the problem, who refuses to acknowledge that all over the sub-region and all over Africa, other countries are doing very well compared to us, who refuses to accept that no country is facing the kind of crisis we are facing in our sub-region. Obviously, from that premise, you can see already that it's a leader who does not want to tell the truth. In fact, I would say that we should be looking forward to you in the media becoming a bulwark, to stop what I call the serial deception that is going on in this country. Somehow, leaving this to be a battle between NDC and MPP, it makes it difficult for us to see what the truth is. You need to make it a responsibility to stop whichever side wants to continue lying to be exposed. We have no problem at all if you want to constitute a means by which even NDC will be forced to only tell the truth. And I believe that if we set up a system like that, what will happen is that we'll sanitize the politics in this country and prevent serial liars that we have in power today from ever occupying the position of leadership. But you continue being quiet, they will continue to prevail. They will lose power in 2024, but somehow they will come back again because you will not continue shining the light to prevent liars like that from ever taking back this country's leadership. So, what we did today is simply to let the country appreciate that the lies must stop. The truth must be told. And that's the only way we start having a solution to the problem that faces.
Ewusiwaa yetu aprem Ctv Kasiepo so na yede amao. NDC Amanyokono National Chairman Ora Johnson Esiedu Enketiadia omo edebone sabrane General Mosquito nsamwa ode atoje wo abra NDC Amanyokono efre ensempfo enhyemo enesendei ode to mampeni na adodakokofo ado enim se enmanim ya no appointees no onte so esanse bebre na no mo ewo presidency a onho adwuma mo eye.
Reason for Ghana's economic collapse is the expenditure on the bloated size of government, as has been revealed by our hard-working members of parliament. Between January and September of 2022, the Akufo-Addo presidency wasted the taxpayers' money as follows. The president's operational enhancement expenditure, whatever that means, cost the suffering Ghanaian taxpayer a mind-boggling 59.4 million Ghana cedis. The fuel bills at the president alone cost the taxpayer 51.1 million Ghana cedis. President Akufo-Addo's regional tours last year cost 16.9 million Ghana cedis. Ties and batteries for official vehicles at the presidency alone cost Ghanaians 15 million Ghana cedis. A cabinet meeting outside Accra cost the taxpayer a colossal 4.8 million Ghana cedis. Payment for new vehicles cost the suffering Ghanaian taxpayer 6.5 million after Nanado had declared that they will not purchase any new vehicles. Payment for networking and ICT equipment cost the Ghanaian taxpayer 6.6 million Ghana cedis. An amount of 10.4 million was spent on the Independence Day celebration in Cape Coast. 10 million for Independence Day celebration. An amount of 4 million was spent by the Vice President on so-called emergency activities. Telecommunications and internet services from January to September alone cost the suffering Ghanaian taxpayer a shocking 20 million cedis. And last but not the least, expenditure on office furniture and fittings cost 7 million cedis. Further evidence of the waste of scarce resources can be seen in the many needless political appointees at the presidency. In the midst of the worst economic crisis in living memory, the president continues to make ridiculous and superfluous appointments at the presidency, such as the following. Youth Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs. Policy Associate. Chief Executive of Public Sector Reforms, Overseer of the National Cathedral, Church Relations Manager, Diaspora Church Mobilization Officer, Policy and Coordinator Analyst, Focal Person, La Francophonie.
Ewusiwaa yetu Kasiepo so na yede ama wo abra national chairman edema NDC Amanyokono Ora Johnson Esiedu Nketia ekasa no asemba ko side to dwa enesendei bra COVID-19 yade yi ebesua eye o my Ghana na enam so madwo bebre na egugu ye sunsun so bone ne de bebre na ensomode atodwa ne se kema ye se aban ne de emfaso pa ena onya ye efrisa yade yi a eba oman eso.
I put it to you, Mr. President, that the government management of COVID-19 funds cannot be said to be honorable when the Auditor General could not verify bills and validate dubious payments amounting to 37.6 million Ghana cedis by the Ministry of Finance to NGOs and private individual water provided for the provision of so-called free water. Also, it is dishonorable for officials of the Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah-led Ministry of Information to line their pockets with COVID funds under the guise of risk allowances meant for frontline health workers. It is the height of cruelty for funds which were meant to save lives during a public health crisis to have been looted and misappropriated in this bizarre manner. Brothers and sisters, despite the desperate attempt by the chief corruption clearing agent to sweep these serious crimes under the carpet, one thing which will tarry for ages to come is how the COVID-19 pandemic became a corruption bonanza and a milking cow for President Akufo-Addo and his officials to cream state resources in the most obscene manner. It should come as little surprise, therefore, that the President has become a clearing agent who actually rewards unscrupulous members of his government with national awards. Instead of the President sacking the serially incompetent Minister for Health, Kwaku Agyeman, he decided to confer national honors on the minister's corruption and included even more corrupt appointees and companies to desecrate the revered national award ceremony. Dr. Nkrumah established this national award scheme with the view to honoring people and institutions that have distinguished themselves in service and sacrifice to propel Ghana's growth and development. Mr. President, our nation's founder, Kwame Nkrumah, did not intend for the national award scheme to honor criminality by cleverly sprinkling and sandwiching a few meritorious awardees among nation wreckers. This year's awards and the inclusion of these shady characters, some of whom are under parliamentary inquiry, can at best be viewed as part of the systemic denigration of our statehood. And I'm happy that some decent awardees never participated in such a scheme.
Yeah, to Kasiepo so na yemfa emre so bedwani ya owo Tamale South ya onumanya for Haruna Edriso Kane Edom Kuma no Kendini and somebody atuja and say kwambia so no ukọ eye Tamale South abaton peso so hona obesan ediomonim ewo endi samanyoko no edimu asan edinkunim ewo fimpinu ene ediono enan abatwa edigana fuenim no ode tuja se mbodembo awabo edi abo amanyoko no ena face Tamale South no onji ndi somo and to Abano Emanipio.
The NDC party constitutional requirement of filing my nomination as the NDC unbeatable candidate for the 2024 general elections. I can extend my numbers beyond Guna region towards some other regions. In the last presidential and parliamentary election, made a significant contribution of 69,000 votes. My pledge this year will be with your assurance and support is 90,000 for John Mahama or whoever we the NDC presidential candidate. I'm a consummate Democrat. I'm open to competition today and tomorrow. I'm open to competition today and tomorrow. And I promise you, that if I choose to remain in Parliament with your support, I will surpass any record in Parliament.
Yemfa yeni entremo ewo infini mantemo na awutu senya west ena yedi yeni entremo nende ababeto dwa se endi samanyoko no ebiepo no eri ato se wona omo epeso mo sai ekọ gina semre so bidafo no omo kọ ekọ form se de be ya omo betimi ede obo primacy no ahyehye so na wokọ eye awutu senya west ndei amane boy fi ho abeto dwa ne se gezela akushika tete agbetui ye ya no yemre so dwani e ho no wasan akọ fan krata so besan ejinabio
Edin semi etuja ewo NDC party officer ewo Beku obepiemu ewo ho enwode enkata empenifo asese wonfambre ni nano ebetre womu hwemu ema bibia ekoso wano one duduo no ekasa no enwo kiremu se wo behwe ama empuntuo a wahyase ewo ebutu senya west ene nimpotem no etumi akoso nti wo besre womu nsanso ento ema no se ema hyebedwini
magotimi tuyani na se obi ohane dem afom na pacho konfanchem nipa from so obi ahu but why dem so ta yen sheda secondly no nkabom no aka wasem development is even more critical. We have to improve. We have to have a tertiary institution here. Say teacher training, say nursing training, we won't pay the pardon 2024 maban makasa maban NDC aban or power. Amen. When that happens, there are more opportunities and more chances for your youth. The work program we offer Asumia Pastoral Training. Very proud of it because them program it helps the youth. I'm a waging out one hundred percent. Why if you walk to school, baby, they will learn their trade and be able to be people in society. Mark and them also. Everyone pay there. The young doing ya about terima ya. Party Juman ayo oyezi. But party from next year kaide. Makasa usubana eziba kopado no. Ohona obi obi down. The obi join the NDC and now on you be few. The obi join NDC. Tina winning. The message model. Let us continue. Allow me to continue for a second term. So far I've done only 2 years. Continuity, yes. And when with that continuity, more things will happen, better things will come. Auto Senior West will be at its best. I can assure you of that.
And which ena yene delegates ni be ekasaye woman sama wodi etuja eni.
But this time around you maintain there. The Auto Senior West ye benya MP a obekọ no wasna kubi wa kubi. Na ye hwe ma me ni dwuma pa. Pay put in my off food dear panel on a piano. One would be a power from Tian delegates, so I crowded there. Yelly piano walk all 4 years ago. I was out there 4 years ago. I best net piano you. You be piano for the Nankasa, Abacadawa, Brand Umbre there. It would say now West.
On the way, Mamma, a month for you, then of course. You did say delegate any name. Near me, delegate. The meaning I want to, and I'm a delegate about them. Say why be brave. Now they are coming, but if I say I'm phone the channel to us, it's a better man as I'm the 20 minutes.
And the delegates, it's your bonfire, the name aspirants, the new yes, so we now and maybe I know in making sure saying I heading come and into
Mresomedweni ya owo eye Madina baton peso so eyonumiya for Francis Xavier Soso na nsemo ode atodwane nyina efa eye Ghana card eye registration ya bato komisa mameje mensa de beto wiase eno nko ane kwa ebetimi afa so de a register enkrofo man mo se de be ya afempi no ne aduono enan abato no ebetimi akoso na eno eda mresomedweni ede atodwase kama yese de mameje mensa eye no opeso pempia Ghana for ede
that is a decision that we are taking together as a house. You see, the EC is determined to throw Ghana into chaos. You see, the Electoral Commission is determined to destroy the democracy we are enjoying as a people. And you see, Ghanaians are fond of being quiet until until things get out of hand. I will beg Ghanaians. You see, the democracy we are enjoying is for all of us. Today, if there is war in Ghana, everybody will be part. If Ghana's democracy is destroyed, all of us will bear the consequences of the destruction of the democracy. Now, the essence of an electoral commissioner is for you to be an independent umpire. Look, it doesn't make sense to say that you want to do a continuous registration, and your continuous registration is going to be based only on Ghana card, whilst the current register that you have is a register made of people that had both Ghana card and other means of identification. Now, what the EC is doing even violates Article 17 of the Constitution on non-discrimination. Because what we are saying is that for those who are already on the electoral roll, for them, they could have registered by guarantee and so on and so forth. However, those new people who are now going to register by continuous registration, no one can guarantee for them. It doesn't make sense. So if I have my own daughter who wants to go and register and has a Ghana card, a day before the registration, she loses the Ghana card. You are saying that I cannot vouch for her that she is my daughter and that she is a Ghanaian, and for that matter she must be registered for purposes of for the purposes of voting. And we are saying that it doesn't make sense. It is senseless. What the EC is doing is senseless, and the EC must actually pay heed to what our national chairman has said today, so that we can have a very peaceful Ghana that we are already enjoying.
Yefayeni enchiremo ewo eye epieye mantemo na Paramount Chief ya owo Ekuapem traditional area eye osiade yokwesi ekufu ya otoso miensa na ensam ya wako ediama ne manfo nyina enese nei se oba Ekuapem man mo betimi agendi mpa na amakomanimo ni nyina egina amanfo mo krom ho ene to we ya da so dia ode to mo nyina enim so mo nyina endi emraso na afi mo embo omamamre ni nyina ehuba so de be Ekuapem no betimi abeye krabehwe
Sadia yo kwesi ekufu yo toso miensa o kasa no eno de to traditional leaders yo mo ewo Ekuapem eho ne nyina ne se omo hwe no mo engina se de be ya Ekuapem no betimi ababeye krabehwe afi so enema na nanom mo edije omo no omo ntimi engina na afi omo embo ho pan o sign de to dwese eni so de hunu yesi ne so se Ekuapem hene ya opese oye edema ekro anase Ekuapem etimi etumpon ekonanim ene ehumesua ho nsem na nye ehumesua ho nsem bia kekenemom ehumesua ho nsem a ebetima be ya krabehwe na mensi ne mu no ye ka won na ombo homodin ye pa ewo homehusua ho nsem omutimi apo Ekuapem edi aka ho afenso ayaresabia eye apomodin ho nsem ya de bako a opese ode neni edi akire na etimi ekonanim ye pa osafa sakonye iso ede to twese nei wedi Ghana kokobod ho yamo ye pa sanse ne tete no woka ekro anaso kra eye koko efisu ba ye pa mo man Ghana nya so mfaso a wontimi enka wuyi Ekuapem edi efremo nanso enei enema wo senge Ekuapem ensa kano nya de a omonsa eka enunti ode atu kokobod no enim se enmenim ya no de mo betimi aye bi omo ho de wedi aboa ma Ekuapem etimi akoni ma sanjire nan so biom eba no koko ho nsensem a omontimi enyemwa
yewura se ahindi mo no so ebi dibi so
nanamu we koma nanamu mun pomode namu jina na amanya ye namu ndija ye no yenhye mun kran
yo
pari ndi enim
yewura se nananom eyi koma momode namu nyina na amanya ye nananom ndija ye no yenhye mun kran na yenni so na ma Ekuapem na wode motete no enfane tamapemfura
beniso adehu titru pa education
yewura se eniso adehu adesua
enya adesua bia keke adesua eduechi
yewura se Ekuapem wura se enya adesua keke na emu adesua eduechi osi yewura ka se ye obo bia chempo ndin obo won aye biribia mo Ekuapem ndin wosia adi kwa achiri ene wotimi ye biribi na adesua edi Ekuapem be konkan eno na oka ho asem
de so ye aresabia chese ejine mu a eye affordable ma obi biara ewo Ekuapem na ebi so akokan Ghana ko
yewura se eye ayarehwe ebedimu na obroni be kase eye affordable ana obi a betumi enya ho kwan ewo kwabman mu ha na ebi aka obia esane se wo manfo wa apomudin a ena otumi ne won buman
ADC bio ye sustainable development
yemurasi ADC bio ye impuntu na mo mpuntu ya ejina ho
nananum mo maye ntwa ye ni nhwe na ye wo pakuman ha na ye wo wo benkuman ha na ye bo na ye hyemu kran na ye fan tumpo
Yaguswa ewo epiye mantemo na adreji ena yede ni echiremo ewo ho embebu no mo ewo ho no ebuefu ye pa no my friends and for enhyiemu omasam ene nyina ene se enei achem ebuakwa traditional council no ede betu dwase enyade a adreji romo ewo hene bia ewo krom ho na no na embebu ni friends and for enhyiemu a ensem omo ede etu dwane se ebeye se emfe edunum eni eno hempon emremu kwan so no mo de mo se omo oheno embedi omo so ndi se nei acheme buakwa traditional council sorry akasansem na omote ase a enye
Won sanhwefo hye momo efreye no convener edema embebunu koi eyeberema nana akofrempon oware ena ogiro mu nyina anemo ne sanhwefo ekasa ye twetwemu eretu hwese nei se omo akwakoye oman bapa edema eye omaikane enya de omo beye nhwenhan ebumra bia so ewoman ne mu ne sa wonte judicial committee ya omo ewepiye mantemu eye house of chief no ena February bosene de to so mienu wa fempinu ene eduonu mienu no emu ena omo ede emrade ba yese emremu no Kwanadwo efutudom prayer toso mienu ena omo ede no esiso se ohene ede ama adweju ena afeso ankwabia hene ewo achim kutuku traditional area eno nti omo nti ase ne nti secretary edema achim ebuaka traditional council omo esan akase kutuku adweju omo eni ohene bia enchwehwemu ya odi tutwa eni
achim ebuaka traditional council DM of Riata held on the 13th of March 2023 at Overpenifie in Eastern Region of Ghana. In the said press conference, he refers to the eminent chiefs of Adwaji as so-called Okwanado, with the name calling and other unprintable words. In fact, it was most unfortunate for a state secretary to speak in such a manner without a decorum. We take a very strong exception of such behavior. As a state secretary of a traditional council, at least our culture detects that we should respect our elders. And by this behavior, we wonder the kind of model he was expecting the younger ones to learn from him, DM Mufuriata. We would like to make it clear that we are law-abiding citizens of this country, and that the Judicial Committee of Eastern Regional House of Chiefs on the 2nd of February 2022 with lawsuit number JC/ERHC/AP1/2008 gave us the legitimacy and confirmation of Okwanado Efutudom as chief of Adwaji and Ankobiahi of Achim Kotoku State. So on what basis is the secretary of Achim Ebuakwa and the traditional council saying that Kotoku Adwaji has no chief?
Omuye and Omosanso Edia Destrodia Eto Mampinina na Adonko Kufuaduenim, Inspector General of Police, Ministry of National Security, National Investigation Bureau, and Afeso Eastern Regional Minister, Ministry of Chieftaincy, and Afeso Religious Affairs, and Ministry of Defense, National House of Chiefs no, and Afeso no Krakra Peace Council no, Sir Edmenumia Mofo Mona NTMB, said Yapaya, Kutuku Adrejiri, Asumutre, and Afeso and Kabum, Ebetimenyomo at Senata.
At this juncture, we would like to call on the President, the Inspector General of Police, the Ministry of National Security, National Investigation Bureau, Eastern Regional Minister, Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Defense, National House of Chiefs, National Peace Council, as to intervene as a matter of urgency to maintain sanity in Kotoku Adwaji.
Ebusia yegyina we so na yede ensem awodoa ene ewie ye chibede somo se Prem to Kasiepo ewo Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station ni nyina esi ede ama me fasada emfama Alu Africa se dana de nyina no omo ebo ye chidoma yede kase no ede ebrewo Alu Africa ede enchese dan papa na abedwama so nti wusi dan a bo modern so beko Alu Africa for aseye na wakoje omo enchese dan bi dia bo dan so esanse omo ema 100 years warranty ebusia onua umpewe na den na wope momode na koma so ye na kwajibi fa bo wodan so media seda PSC so Emma Grace Couture Palace Grace Couture Palace ene pam matade edema meninti no se wo ye wedding se wo your birthday se ye na mokoyo ene order bia oche opam wedding gown ene corset we bi opese wo pam ma wo ho eye fe no momode na frɛ Grace Couture Palace e wo 0552 406 033 0552 406 033 wo frɛ Grace Couture Palace a obetimi aba ofie kra beje won to ma na susu na akopam ama wo ho ayefe ebusia mede wo esi abra mede aseda ema mo nyina asem chebre ehwe Prem to Kasiepo no aseda PSC enkoma mo nyina mede edi Abena Ewusiwaa makra